Hi folks, Alex here. In a previous video, we talked about how Tetra Pak's cartons are made, the sustainability challenges they face as a packaging company, and how they are addressing them. The biggest one is that Tetra Pak depends on their cartons being recycled, so in this video, we will focus on recycling. Like the first one, this video was sponsored by Tetra Pak, but I'm still doing my best to make it a rigorous sustainability review. A Tetra Pak carton is made of several layers of paperboard, meaning fiber, polyethylene and aluminum foil, and sometimes a plastic cap. There are various methods for separating the different layers of a carton in the recycling stream. So there are two ways to look at recycling a carton. One as a whole, and two as two streams. Fiber on one side, and mix of polyethylene and aluminum on the other side. Used cartons can make valuable materials for new everyday products. Compacted into sheets in a hot press, cartons can be made into building material that can be used for roofing and wall systems. The other option is for cartons to go into a pulper, which is a machine you can think of as a giant blender that separates the fiber, meaning the paperboard, from the aluminum polyethylene mix. The fiber then goes into the paper recycling stream to make paper products such as tissue paper, toilet paper, pen containers, cup holders, etc. The aluminum polyethylene mix, on the other hand, can be turned into new composite products such as benches, rulers, folders, mouse pads, etc. Again, the challenge is that Tetra Pak depends on consumers to have access to carton recycling, which ultimately is up to local recycling municipalities. As I was visiting Tetra Pak, we went to a local MRF, a materials recovery facility. I won't get into the details of how it works, but you can watch the video in the description below for more details. It is quite interesting. In a nutshell, trucks at the facility dump giant piles of materials, and these go through a series of machines to sort them out until we have the cardboard on one pile, the glass in another, plastics in another, etc. Here is something I didn't know. For your cartons to be recycled properly here in North America, you should not flatten them before putting them in your recycling bin. Who knew, hey? And here's why. One of the machines in the MRF has a bunch of rotating discs that are designed to separate flat paper from cartons based on their size and shape. So, to ensure your carton is properly sorted, it must be in its original three-dimensional carton shape. This is the kind of thing that we all need to learn for recycling to work properly for Tetra Pak cartons, but also for everything else. This is why Tetra Pak works at educating their customers, meaning the food and beverage companies that distribute products into Tetra Pak cartons, to improve the recycling of cartons. For instance, when Tetra Pak has encouraged their customers to include the recyclable logo on their cartons, in some places it has doubled the recycling ratio of the cartons. I know I do that too. I check the packaging to make sure that something can be recycled. Tetra Pak collaborates with competitors through the Carton Council in the US and in Canada to improve access to carton recycling. They also support innovation and invest into new technologies such as robotic systems in a handful of MRFs that can help better sort cartons. The good news is, carton recycling access has increased by 350% over the past 10 years. However, there is still a lot of work to be done, since only 61% of households in the US had access to recycling in 2019, and the carton recycling rate was only 16%. This is a good reminder. If we want to enjoy the convenience and food safety benefits of a Tetra Pak carton or any other container, we all need to make sure we do our part and put it in a recycling bin after using it. I will be back with more sustainability tools in video. If you found this useful, please give it a like, subscribe, and check the little bell next to the subscription button to receive notifications when we post new videos. Sustainability Illustrated is a non-profit project. You can support it by making a donation on our Patreon page. And as usual, thank you for watching.